Estamos en M2 y muy felices porque, Ivette Salgado, qué afortunadas somos de poder hablar con los grandes del cine.
De verdad que sí, Susi. Y tener este tipo de oportunidad de compartir el trabajo que están haciendo me parece hermosamente entretenido para este espacio. Y empezamos con The Roses, Susi.
The Roses, que es un remake, una nueva versión de una película de finales de los 80 llamada War of the Roses, que tú me preguntabas correctamente que si tenía que ver con la guerra en sí. Y la respuesta es sí y no, porque sí es una guerra entre familia, estamos hablando de un divorcio. La película original era con Kathleen Turner y Michael Douglas. Después de que habían hecho Romancing the Stone y todas estas películas de acción, hicieron esta también con Danny DeVito dirigiendo, entonces. Y ahora se retoma pues la historia con muchos giros actualizados, y la pareja que está en esta comedia negra acerca del divorcio y mucho más son Benedict Cumberbatch y Olivia Colman.
¡Guau! ¡Qué pareja!
¡Qué pareja!, ¿no? Y además métele el humor inglés ahí, y esos giros, porque son crueles esos señores y señoras cuando quieren, ¿eh? Platicamos con ellos, que son adorables, por cierto, no crueles, y esto nos dijeron.
Right, Bruno?
Wow! You're a bottomless pit of need! You're just making me madder!
I get this wart.
Jesus, no.
I would love to know when the scenes broke, when they said cut, and you guys, well, your characters were being so horrible to each other. Did you break, or did you just have to get away from it for a moment?
I had a sensitive moment of going, are we okay? Are we okay? Not the character, are we okay? And she was like, of course, are you all right? And I went, no, well, no, it's getting a bit real. And so bless Olivia, she was like, no.
Ben's a much nicer person than
Yeah, it gets real. But then, there's a lot of fun in that as well. Once you reassess. Because I think it's also the way we shot it. There was a lot of harmoniousness and a little bit of, but it was all light and whatever that means.
Yeah, well, it is so much fun to watch. And those of us who saw the original so many years ago, or the first film, when I heard that you were both doing it, I was like, wow, because I think it escalates in so many ways because of your careers and the characters, the emblematic characters you both done. So bringing all of that experience and basing on the original, the Danny DeVito, what did you get from that and what did you add?
Oh, well, thank you. I mean, we both loved the original film. Yeah. And it was mentioned as an idea when some grown-ups kind of thought, well, they want to work together. What could we give them to do?
It's something that people would love to watch. And I think I would love to go and watch this.
I would love to watch this film with me and Olivia in it.
Well, I certainly did.
Yeah, something watchable, definitely. We won't want to tax people too much. Yeah. We wanted to make something watchable.
We need the laughter, and you guys certainly bring it on. So. And Olivia, you played queens, emblematic queens as well. And a lot of people, maybe in the rest of the world, I'm in Mexico, maybe they don't know that this is based on actual civil wars. Well, not this particular story, but yes, the War of the Roses itself. So
yeah.
For the throne of England, right? So what would you comment on that for people that maybe would just hear, oh, that's their last name, okay.
Yeah, well, you are better at this because I'm terrible with history.
It's a Civil War reference about a fight between two families to gain ultimate power over the sovereignty of England. No, so, the whole kind of Plantagenet Yorkist battle before the Tudors emerged out of that as the unifying of the red and white rose.
That was called the War of the Roses.
War of the Roses, because the emblems were red. I can't remember, red Yorkists and white Plantagenet, I think. I should know, I played Richard III. But, it was a framework for the original American writer, Mr. Adler, to say, okay, well, look, we know what that is. That's the Civil War of all civil wars. And it was a family war, so there were lots of relations fighting each other, and this is obviously about a couple fighting. So that was the premise. The book is very, very dark. The previous film is pretty dark but funny. This is a lot funnier, I think. And
so delighted to be able to talk to both of you, and congratulations. We need the laughter, and thanks for that.
Oh, thank you so much.
Y ya también para cerrar esta semana en cines, así que los celebramos mucho. Ahora, la semana pasada presentaste tu entrevista con Luc Besson, pero No, no te ibas a quedar ahí, ¿verdad? Tenías que seguirte con los grandes.
Es que se estrena ya precisamente esta semana también en cines la nueva película de Darren Aronofsky,
Wow.
Atrapado Robando, y qué revelación, por favor, vayan a verla, qué revelación. Si están acostumbrados a ese tipo de cine que nos ofrece Darren, desde cosas como El Cisne Negro, La Ballena, bueno,
Requiem por un sueño.
¿cómo
siempre habrá
pasar por
intensidad
alto?
emocional.
Siempre.
Y
Pero
visual.
esta es la primera vez que ofrece una comedia
caray.
criminal.
Ok.
Entonces, todo ese estilo de las otras películas está plasmado a la perfección. Y algo que me gusta mucho de lo que dijo en algún momento en esta visita a México es, la gente piensa que estoy tan jodido como en mis películas. Y no es cierto, también me puedo reír. Y se está revelando a sí mismo con esta historia, protagonizada por Austin Butler, Matt Smith y
Dios.
Regina King. Así que, pues bueno,
Veamos.
ese
Qué
es
emoción.
parte de la oferta.
Venga.
What the hell happened?
It's a last call. Drink 'em if you got 'em.
Let's go back to your place so you can take advantage of my poor judgment.
I depend on your poor judgment.
I want to know if I can take this seriously.
What do you need to take us seriously?
I think that you have a very unique style as a filmmaker, but this story is different. It is a crime comedy, and I wonder if do you feel this story is just for entertaining people, or have something special for you inside that you want to share with the audience?
I mean, I definitely wanted to share New York City. I never really got to make a film that really was as much about the city as about anything. And I definitely wanted to make an entertaining movie because I think it's important to try to get people to the theaters and to have a good time.
Absolutely. So there's a moment in time in life when we realize that maybe things should be easier or less complicated.
Definitely.
What do you think about that?
Absolutely. I mean, even though Austin Butler's character in this movie has a very complicated journey,
Absolutely.
times were a lot more simple back then.
Decisions.
Yeah, exactly. So it was kind of fun to bring these characters to life, to sort of show the beauty of the city, photograph Austin Butler and Zoe Kravitz and Matt Smith. It was a lot of fun.
Yeah. And actually, you have a couple of adaptations. So, how was working on this story, and how was the creative process with Charlie Houston?
Oh, it was great. Charlie's a super sweet guy and worked really hard. And there were many, many drafts. And to get it right, the book was written quite a while ago. He wrote it actually in 1998. So a lot has changed in the world. And even though we were still setting it in that time, there were new ideas that came up that we decided to pursue.
Yeah, absolutely. In each movie that you made, you have a great soundtrack. So as this one,
Yeah,
you
thank
go
you.
from Scorpions to Idols. So
Yeah.
how do you choose the music for your stories? And I wonder if your personal playlist sounds like that.
No, it's Idols. I was a big fan of the band, and I thought that this movie could really use a house band, someone who's commenting on the movie the whole time, and that's how the Idols emerged for it. And then as far as like all the needle drops, the 90s was such a rich time. It was just a matter of like doing a bunch of work trying to figure out what's best for when.
Yeah, absolutely. So, I think that, well, I would like to know if you have a special moment on set that you could remember for the rest of your life, or a moment that was very fun for you.
We did a huge chase scene at this famous sculpture in Queens called the Unisphere.
Okay.
And that's, I couldn't believe that the Parks Department allowed me to do this big action sequence in front of it. That was a lot of fun.
As an audience, we can recognize Darren's visual style and storytelling from the very first scene. But Regina, as an actress, what do you see in the script that made you say, yes, I want to be part of this story?
A big part of it, which I think we all share the same sentiment, is that Darren Aronofsky was at the helm. I'm a huge fan of his work. He's on, like most artists, top 10, directors you want to work with. see that he would be interested in doing a comedy, but making it be a comedy on his terms was badass, and what you would expect from Darren, and the cast.
Matt, your physical transformation is striking, but beyond the look, how do you develop the character's emotional side to make him feel real amid the chaos of the 80s in New York?
I think the physical sort of, having such a big kind of physical change with your hair and your clothes and your jewelry and fake tattoos and stuff, I think this sort of informs a lot of the emotional side in a way, and so that did a great deal of it. But I mean, together with Darren, and we had some rehearsal process with the other actors and stuff, you just slowly start to build up this kind of emotional makeup and layers of these people, and then get there on the day and do your best.
Yeah, Regina, Darren mentioned before that he was looking for an actress with that New York power for your character. So how do you work with him to capture that energy?
Honestly, it was an honor that Darren thought that I could pull it off, because Darren is New York through and through. The only other director that is that New York is Spike Lee.
Yeah.
They love their cities. In several of their films, you see how much they love their city in the way in which they tell the story. And this film in particular was truly Darren's love letter.
The last one, Matt, is for you. You have a special way of bringing your characters to life that really sticks with us. So how does playing a role like this shapes you as an actor?
Well, I think with any job that you get, what's really nice about being an actor is whether you're playing someone in the royal family or you're playing an alien or whatever, you get to explore these it's like you get to be a bit of a historian into different elements of life. And I suppose, I don't know, how does it change you? It's a very good question. I think honestly, it's changed me for the better, because I really enjoyed the experience.
Pues un verdadero privilegio, Ivette, poder compartir contigo este trabajo, compartir con todos ustedes estas entrevistas, luego estar platicando acerca de estas producciones, porque el cine sigue con todo y lo amamos profundamente.
100%. Y bueno, lo que se estrena esta semana es lo que presentamos aquí, pero hay una oferta también muy grande, así que pues bueno, qué gusto es estar en una sala de cine.
Absolutamente. Pues seguiremos compartiendo con ustedes. Por ahora, pues los dejamos con esto. Gracias.